This video, we're going to be seeing how strong Thor, the Aesir god, is. Let's get started. Since Thor's not actually in the God of War 2018 game, we're going to have to use what we know in lore. So in lore, he is the god of thunder and lightning and strength, which means he can lift a lot of weight. And he can dish out punches to the world serpent. We know this, that literally shook the entire 9 realms with his hits. He's shaking entire, multiverses with his hits. That's insane. See, look, Freya says it right here.
Soon after, Thor attacked, and their battle could be felt across all the realms. Ultimately, it ended in a stalemate, and Thor returned to Odin empty-handed.
And then, literally, he hits the World Serpent so hard, it sends him back in time.
Thor battle at Ragnarok. Their clash so violently shakes the Tree of Life that it splinters, casting the serpent backward through time, even before his own birth.
It resets time in all the 9 realms. That's like, what, 9 big bangs? And well, it was throughout the battle, of course. But breaking the world tree is breaking the 9 realms. So, that's just insane. That's how much strength he can output. And also, he slaughtered all the giants of Midgard. All of them. Like, he slaughtered every last one of them. Well, some of them did escape, but I know it looks like none of them did. They're probably just hiding there, though. There's no way somehow they got in there. There is a misconception with his strength, is because when Hrungnir, a giant, fell on top of Thor, he couldn't get back up.
Come here. You never told us what Magni and Modi had to do with Hrungnir.
Oh yes! Well, what happened after Hrungnir fell slain upon Thor was that nobody in the court could get the stone body off of him. Thor was no use at this point, his brain rattled, his breath shallow.
But I don't think this is I don't think that's really bad, because he was actually drunk at the time. So I don't think that's a misconception of strength. I think it's just Thor being an idiot. And from what I've seen, he's not that durable, because when he killed Hrungnir, some stone fell in his head, and Mimir says he still has it to this day.
Thor takes one look at the drunken stone buffoon and brings down Mjolnir on his head so hard that he's got chunks of Hrungnir in his own skull to this day. Thor is so startled by the face.
So, I don't think he's that durable, but hits from him, they're gonna be like breaking the world tree. That's how powerful he is. Now, let's talk, that's already this is his strength most amped up. The gauntlets and his belt of strength in Mjolnir. Let's talk about just his strength. Even before this, Thor was seen as the most powerful Aesir god. He was seen as the most powerful of all of the Aesir gods. Except for maybe Odin. He's the only one of them more powerful. And he, without Mjolnir, he already killed giants easily. Just with his hands and his lightning. And giants are thousands of feet tall. Okay, these are human giant beings. Literally, these are not chrono cells at all, but these are giant people that he's just killing with his hands. He says, a weapon in the hand of someone they did not trust. Mimir says this. I'll play the clip right here.
To broker peace from a position of strength. Tyr was hopeful to convince all parties they would prosper best through peace. He knew the giants were deeply concerned about the hammer, a super weapon in hands they did not trust. But they trusted Tyr. Tyr always believed the best in people, and taking Odin at his word in his desire for peace, he brought the Raven King to Jotunheim. From there, things unraveled quickly.
So, he also killed even his family members that were giants. He hates giants. So, at the end of the day, Thor, with his gauntlets, his belt, his Mjolnir, he is like multiversal, at least, or not multiversal, like a couple universe level. So, that's pretty crazy. And not to mention, he didn't only break the World Tree, he sent him back in time. He ripped a hole in existence and sent him like hundreds of years back in time. It's a whole nother feat that I literally cannot calculate. So, yeah. Thor is very strong. He is the strongest Aesir god as of now. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna be doing another how strong is video today. This is the first one.